The whale gave birth to a baby. Introducing Salt. Hello and thank you for clicking on this video where I'll be talking about a new version of a popular IEM from Hidizs, and this is the MP143 Salt. Is this going to be the MP145 successor but with a smaller shell, or is it a whole new species? Before we dive deeper, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Hidizs for sending this unit in exchange for my honest feedback. However, as always, all thoughts and opinions are my own. If you've been enjoying what I've been putting out, I hope you consider helping me reach my goal of 3,000 subscribers by hitting that like and subscribe button. I'd appreciate it a lot. Similar to the MP145's campaign, Hidizs is trying to raise awareness for whale conservation, and they are co-branding with WDC, which is the Whale and Dolphin Conservation Organization, and it would seem that Hidizs is having more initiative this time around with newsletters, thank you notes. They even named this IEM Salt, which is the name of a humpback whale, and they're even giving you a nice little pin as part of this IEM package. I'll leave links in the description down below if you'd like to know more about this whole campaign. In terms of accessories, opening the box you'll be greeted by the IEMs themselves. It also comes with a carrying pouch with Hidizs logo on it with a 4-letter feel. It also comes with 2 sets of interchangeable ear tips with this skewer-like thing to hook them on. Makes this look like a potato tornado. It looks funny, but it's not the most practical for ear tip storage, as if you want to get the ear tip in the middle, you'd have to take out all of the top or bottom first. Kinda looks like something else as well, but let's not go there. The cable that it comes with is fine. It's not the best in terms of how it feels, and the white color scheme is very typical, but I can understand the purpose of having such a lightweight cable so that it doesn't add any more, since the IEM has some heft to it as well. While we're on that, let's talk about the IEM design. This time I've requested for the blue, and to be honest, in terms of the color scheme, that powder coated dark cyan looks gorgeous in real life. The Hidizs branding in gold stands out from the background, but it's not overly done. They've carried through the line engraving design on the faceplate, but this time they've applied it through the faceplate. In terms of size, which I'm sure is the biggest concern, especially if you're coming from the MP145, so bringing that in for comparison, and from a quick glance they look very similar, with the MP143 coming in just a touch narrower, maybe a smidgen thinner in depth. The pin connection is still at the top, and if you're hoping for a significant difference in size, then you'd be disappointed. And when it comes to fit and comfort, similar to the MP145 to my ears, the outer shell doesn't touch my ears, therefore it's not applying any unnecessary pressure to any part of my ears to cause any discomfort. But it does rely on the rigidity of the ear hooks and also proper ear tips to give it that support and fit security inside your ears. So that plays a significant part for fit and comfort for the MP143. So talking about the sound, rumbles are coming from the sub bass, full weighted and heavy bass note. It's not the most impactful bass attack, and it doesn't have the same snappiness as a typical planar bass would have, but it makes the presentation warm and lush. If you're looking for a clean and lean mid-range, don't expect it from this Salt. Like the whale, it's heavy, but unlike the whale, it's not bloated. It's another all-in-one type of presentation where vocals are sharing the same stage as the background music. However, on the Salt, my focus seems to shift to the background music more than the vocals, so if you like to listen to everything happening in the background, that's what the Salt is giving you. But those looking for more presence in the vocals is not on the Salt. At least not on the gold filter. Treble delivery is smooth, like it was meant for treble sensitive people. Trumpets sound like they're a step away, so it doesn't have that sharpness or clarity to its notes, and that's typically a trade-off for smoother sounding treble presentations. Imaging is really good, you can pinpoint what's happening on the left and right channel. Of course, the separation of sound isn't as sharp or distinct due to the nature of the tuning. Overall technicalities is more than what you'd expect from this price point, but it's coming at the sacrifice of vocal presence. If you decide to stay at the gold filter and not wanting to swap out, these kind of presentations really benefit from the X bass feature from iFi Audio products. It does make it a little leaner and thinner, but it gives it a bit more sharpness and openness to the treble presentation, and putting it on the gold bar Kensei with the X bass on is just
nice.
So comparing to its bigger brother, the MP145, the MP145 brings a little bit more treble energy to the sound presentation. Voices are a little bit more forward, and I personally lean towards the MP145 when it comes to overall sound presentation. But the Salt is not too far off from the 145, and the MP143 Salt is cheaper and smaller, so it comes down to what your preferences are. If you like a smooth, warm presentation and you're on a budget, then the MP143 Salt is an easy pick between the two, with maybe slightly better fit. Compared to the Let's Shure S08, the MP143 Salt is out to dethrone the S08 from Let's Shure because of how similar their presentations are. They are both warm, they both have that weight and fullness to the lower regions, smooth delivery from the upper ends. Again, this is simply comparing between the Salt on the gold filter with the S08, and to be honest, it was really difficult to tell the difference between the two. It's like splitting hairs because of how similar they sound, but if there was anything I could pick out between the two, I'd say it would be in the positioning of the vocals in relation to the background music. Let's Shure S08 is slightly closer, thus giving it a bit more presence than the MP143. On certain tracks, the bass from the 143 Salt is slightly punchier and more prominent. But again, the differences are so small and you'd have to really focus to pick out these differences. So at the end of the day, in terms of sound, they both bring very similar presentations, but the MP143 Salt offers more options with the tuning nozzles. But if you're concerned about how the MP143 Salt may fit in your ears, then the Let's Shure S08 is the safer option. Speaking about tuning nozzles, so similar to the MP145, it comes with two additional tuning nozzles. So the silver nozzle carries a very similar presentation to the gold filter, but it brings the vocals a touch closer. It's still an all-in-one type of presentation, and with the forwardness, the treble energy can be heard a little more. But again, minor differences. The red nozzle is my least favorite as the presentation gets a bit more recessed, but there's now a veil over the air instruments, bass become more dominant, and as an overall it becomes a smoother, bassier presentation. So if that's what you're in the mood for on the day, then this is an option, but I personally like the silver nozzle out of the three. So in summary, I think Hidizs has produced a very solid yet affordable planar IEM that is very competitive at this price category. And the fact that it has a great message that is carried with the marketing campaign, it just makes the MP143 Salt that much more special. But the size may still be a concern for some. But that's been my experience and I'm curious to know yours. Do you think this is going to be the best planar IEM at this price category, or will there be another contender? Comment below and let me know, and with that all said, thank you once again to Hidizs for this opportunity and to all of you for watching. See all of you in the next video.